Do you people ever find anything that's ridiculous? Do you really think men can get pregnant? You know, that kind of stuff. And I understand that a trans woman can get pregnant. That's different than a man getting pregnant.
Bill Maher is flipping the script a little bit in this one. He brings on the woke guest onto his own show, onto his own podcast, the Club Random Podcast, and absolutely destroys all of her woke beliefs methodically, one by one, absolutely shutting down this woke idiot that he brought onto his show. Her name is Jane Fonda. Let's get into this clip here of the Club Random Podcast of Bill Maher absolutely demolishing this woke idiot live on his own podcast.
Was it about a garage door?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that is...
No, you know this about California. Come on.
No, I don't.
Well,
I'm sorry, I don't.
You've never heard that California is overtaxed and overregulated? That we are a one-party state where there's sort of no checks on that sort of extreme leftism. And that, what do you think?
I don't for a minute consider California a state that is extreme leftist. Not at all, not any way.
Well, that shows where your politics are. That's not where mine are. I'm sorry to tell you, is because that, I've been saying this on my show, there is two parts of the Trump coalition. There's about a third of this country who always loved the hard right wing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Birch Society. We're old enough to remember the John Birch Society.
I had family members who were John Birch.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
And these were people who were happy when Kennedy got assassinated. They became the birthers. They became the Tea Party. There's about a third of this country that's very hard right.
Mm-hmm.
Of course they love Trump. When he left office, he had an approval rating of 34%. So he really only had those people.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he now like tied? Because the other part of the coalition are people who, they don't really like him that much.
Mm-mm.
They just think the far left has gone so nutty on so many issues.
That's what they're being told.
That's what
By people like you.
Because it's true. You think the far left does nothing crazy?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Oh, well then.
But I don't know, who is the far left? What do you mean when you say far left?
I mean, I could give you a million examples.
Yeah, well, give me one.
Okay, the NAACP.
You think the NAACP is far
left? Could I
left?
finish my sentence?
Yes.
You asked me for an example.
Yeah.
The NAACP last year issued a...
I think the far left is more about an ideology than it is a person or people. I think it's kind of pointless to say, who is the far left? Name me names. It's like, who really cares about who the far left is? I mean, you can name... Honestly, I think Bill Maher is still part of the far left, even though every once in a while he'll call out the far left. A lot of his beliefs are far left, in my opinion. You know, the abortion topic just really gets me every time, especially with Bill Maher, because the way that he talks about abortion is insane. It's absurd what the guy says about abortion. He literally says, I'm fine with it, but it is murder. Like, that's crazy. You're just saying that you're okay with murder. But I think Bill Maher is part of the far left. I think it's pointless to talk about who, in terms of names, are the far left. It's just dumb. Talk about the ideas and the ideology of the far left. And that's the real problem. Not the people themselves, but it's the ideology that they have. So the real problem being the ideas, the things that they try and push forward onto people. That's the real problem, not the people. But I mean, you could name off names. I mean, he's talking about the NAACP. I think the media personalities out there are a whole lot more influential and a lot more important to talk about. The people like The View existing, or even like Bill Maher and the things that he pushes onto his audience. Yes, he calls out the woke left every once in a while like he does in this video. But he has a whole lot of far left beliefs, no doubt about it.
Travel advisory, you know, that's like the State Department does to go to, I'm sure when you went to Vietnam, they were advising you not to. There's a war on it.
I didn't talk to them. I don't have no.
I know, but you know a travel advisory.
Yeah.
Today we have them for very dangerous countries.
Yeah.
Don't go to North Korea. Don't go to Iran.
Yeah.
You know where they issued a travel advisory for black people not to go?
Yeah.
Florida. Every day there's stories like that that just makes people roll their eyes and go, are you people nuts? Even if they don't matter that much, I don't think one person listened to this and thought, I can't go to Florida. But they just suggest something to the average person, which I completely understand, which is, wow, do you people ever find anything that's ridiculous? Do you really think men can get pregnant? You know, that kind of stuff. And I understand that a trans woman can get pregnant. That's different than a man getting pregnant. And the way they like sort of
100%, man. Bill Maher spot on right there. And he's also spot on with the fact that he said that a lot of people aren't diehard Trumpers, but they vote for him and they prayed that he would win. You know, it's kind of like an enemy of my enemy is my friend type thing where, and the enemy has become so insane, the far left, you know, honestly, people like Bill Maher, people like Whoopi Goldberg, and people like this girl, Jane Fonda, on Bill Maher's podcast here. These people have become so insane that Donald Trump is not just a friend. He's like, you have to come save us or else Kamala Harris is going to be president and who knows what's going to happen, not just internally in the United States, but also across the globe. It could be actual World War III. So they've just become so insane that he has created this kind of cult around him. And a lot of these people who are part of his cult, like for me personally, once again, going back to the abortion thing, I don't think Donald Trump is nearly as hard on abortion as he should be. The fact that he has said over and over again, I don't want a national abortion ban. I would not sign that bill if it came to my desk. I don't want to do that. Like, why? Why not? Why wouldn't you want to do that? And a lot of these hardcore conservatives are diehard Trumpers. And it's like, but you know, like he's not for an abortion ban, right? Like the abortion topic is a huge one for me. I think we should be very ashamed that abortion was ever legal in the first place. And I don't think the Republican candidate, I don't think that the peak of the Republican Party is a president who says that he would never sign a national abortion ban. I think the peak of the Republican Party would be a president that pushes for a national abortion ban, even though it's probably not going to happen. At least you should have that belief behind you. It shouldn't, regardless. I think Donald Trump was obviously the best candidate. I'm just saying that I'm in that camp of people that Bill Maher is talking about, where I haven't always been like a diehard Trumper. You know, I understand there's a lot of flaws about him, but I was praying and hoping that he won this election because the alternative is so bad. It turns people into cultists. It turns people into diehard Trumpers. It turns people into very, very hardcore Republicans and hating the other side, hating Bill Maher's side, hating the Democrats. Bill Maher is completely correct here with the just absolute insanity that the left tries to push onto people.
of like insist on blurring that line as if that's some sort of reasonable social cause, as opposed to just being for having full rights, respect, and protection for trans people. We get that.
So I've never heard about men getting pregnant. I've never heard about this argument. It must be some part of what you call the far left that is so minuscule that I, who am...
No, Jane,
What?
It's not minuscule, and I'm sorry, you can't throw this back on us. I assume it's because you are locked into media that just never wants anyone in their audience to know anything sketchy about the blue team.
Well,
And that's...
I mean, I don't know. I read two papers, and I maybe I don't. I should watch Fox News more,
No,
I guess.
I don't watch that. That's too far. But you don't have to. I'm not going to torture myself. When I head back east for the holidays, I'm confronted with something
I don't care.
company. With radio at a rate. That certainly has been the history of this country, was police who were all too willing to shoot black people. So defund the police, though, was not a good idea. And you know who mostly didn't think it was a good idea was black people, because they want police in their neighborhoods, probably more than we need them in ours.
I don't know if Bill Maher is correct about what he just said about black people being the main ones wanting to not defund the police. I don't think that's true. I think there's a ton of black people who wanted to defund the police. But I do think that the major problem with the defund the police movement is that it was kind of led, and by led, I mean in the numbers wise, it was led by BLM, the organization, but numbers wise, and in terms of like what really fed the movement and kept it going and made it stronger was the white liberals who want to be the white saviors, trying to come in and save the black people. That is 100% what's going on, not realizing that by defunding the police, you'd be hurting black communities a whole lot more than you'd be hurting white communities. So I don't fully agree with Bill Maher there, but kind of a base statement, I guess, 50-50. I'm not sure.
So, but the Republicans tried to catch the Democrats with this, and they put this on, they brought it up in Congress, and all the Democrats voted against it. The Democratic politicians were not for defunding the police. It's that radical fringe that has captured a lot of the media, academia, some of these cultural institutions that are not liberal anymore by my old school liberalism. The ACLU was all about free speech. They don't really believe in it anymore. they believe. I mean, in one of their chief people who is trans said, I will die on this hill of banning this book, which was
Yeah, I mean, they're all about free speech until their ideas fail to hold up in the marketplace of ideas. And that's what's happening right now. And that's, the side that wants to censor the other side more is normally the side that is completely wrong. And there's only one side that really wants to censor people in 2024 and going into 2025. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about Bill Maher bringing on this woke idiot onto his show and absolutely shutting her down here on the Club Random podcast. Let me know in the comments, who do you think won, Bill Maher or this random woke idiot named Jane Fonda? Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this whole Bill Maher situation.